guys, and welcome back to another Battle of the Dupes. This is a series on my channel where I talk about a high-end product and two of the most common dupes that I see here on YouTube, on Pinterest, or that I read about in different articles. And today the product we are duping is the very talked about, raved about, cult favorite Tarte Shape Tape. So this concealer is one of the most hyped products on the market, and for good reason. It is a very good concealer. And the first dupe that I've seen a lot of people test out here on YouTube as well as in different articles is another very hyped up cult favorite, which is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. So right away you can see the packaging on these two is extremely different. This one has a sponge tip applicator and kind of a twist up, whereas the Tarte Shape Tape has an enlarged doe foot applicator. So very different packaging, and I actually have two very different shades in these two concealers, so just ignore that when I'm showing you the swatches. So the Age Rewind is $8.99, whereas the Tarte Shape Tape is $25. So quite a big price difference there. So I'll show you guys swatches of these, one right next to the other. And please ignore my crazy nail polish. I had just painted my nails and my puppy was about to eat one of these concealers, so I had to grab him and my nail was still wet. So we're just gonna look past that. So as you can see when I'm swatching them next to each other, they are very different colors. They apply differently because of the packaging, and they both blend out to a nice finish. But the Shape Tape dries down to a more natural / matte finish, whereas the Maybelline dries down to a little bit more of just a natural finish. And a couple other things to note when comparing these two products is that Tarte is cruelty free, Maybelline is not, and Tarte comes in 14 different shades, whereas Maybelline comes in 6. So that is the first dupe I wanted to talk about. The second dupe, and probably the more common dupe that you see of this product, is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. This one is $3.99, which is amazing, whereas this one again is $25. The shades of these two in the swatches are gonna look a little bit more closely aligned because they are Tarte Shape Tape in light medium and Wet n Wild in light medium beige. The applicators on these two are a little bit more similar, but the Tarte Shape Tape applicator is a little bit larger. They both apply beautifully. Tarte Shape Tape drying down again to that natural matte finish, whereas the Wet n Wild one dries down to, I would say, natural matte leaning toward matte finish. So this one is even more matte than the Tarte Shape Tape. And again, this one comes in 6 different shades, whereas this one comes in 14, but both of them are cruelty free. And then for the last test to decide which one of these is a little bit closer to Tarte Shape Tape, I put 3 different lines of eyeliner on my arm and attempted to cover the black line using each one of these. The first one on the left being Tarte Shape Tape, the middle one was the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and then the last one was the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. And I would say of the 3, Tarte Shape Tape had the fullest coverage and Wet n Wild had the second fullest coverage, with the Maybelline Age Rewind coming in a very close third. So based off of the finish, the coverage, the packaging, and the fact that it's also cruelty free, I would say that the Wet n Wild one is a closer dupe for Shape Tape. So I went ahead and applied the Wet n Wild one to one half of my face and the Tarte Shape Tape to the other half of my face so that we can look at the dupes side by side. So they both applied beautifully, and while the Tarte Shape Tape on my arm appeared to provide a little bit more coverage, underneath my eyes, I would say they looked pretty much even. You guys can let me know in the comments what you think, but on the face, I think they look a lot more closely matched than they do on the arm, and it was really hard to tell a difference between the two sides once applied. And then after I set with the powder, it was almost impossible to tell because the finishes of the two concealers are not distinguishable at all. So as someone that has used these concealers on a regular basis, I would say the only difference between these two when applied to the face is the longevity of wear. I think Tarte outlasts Wet n Wild in terms of longevity, but other than that, I think this is an excellent dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. So if you have been wanting to try that because everyone raves about it, go for the Wet n Wild one. It's a little bit more of a matte finish and it does not last as long as the Tarte Shape Tape, but overall it's an excellent dupe. So that is going to be it for this video. Let me know if you enjoyed this second kind of Battle of the Dupes video, and if you want to see more videos like this one, give it a thumbs up so that I know. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell if you have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.